Hello everybody, welcome to Minute Meteorology. In this video we'll be talking about an upcoming tropical storm pop-up for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So basically a tropical storm is issued, a very high chance for one is issued for this weekend. We're going to look at some models, the bulk shear, precipitation, all that stuff. So here is the first thing that we're taking a look at. This is our 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the NOAA. This is disturbances. So you can see in that red sort of hatched area there, you can see that's where we could see it developing right northeast of the Bahamas and basically off the east coast of the U.S. I would say maybe 100. For Florida, maybe only 50. But around South Carolina and Georgia, I would say about 100 miles away, we could see development of a tropical storm or just tropical weather in the area there. If we want to look at it a little more closely, if you right here, let me go ahead and make that thicker for you guys. Right in this area here, you can see the east coast along here, and we're about to look at the path of what they think it's going to be. All of them are showing that it's just going to go out into the ocean. It's not really gonna. They're saying it's not gonna make any landfall. Maybe a little skim over here by Nova Scotia. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And they say it's going to be at its strongest around here, but there still is going to be some strength around here, right a little after the development zone, but we're just focusing on this little area right here. Now as we move through, here is our expected paths. So this first path is taking us from about the Bahamas, right around here, up and basically just along the east coast until it reaches about the Virginia and North Carolina border. Not much. Not any landfall, maybe some outer bands of precipitation, but nothing severe or anything like that. And then we have another path, another predicted path over here in this blue area. It's the difference about these two is that this one shows it starting to curve out more towards the mid-Atlantic, not the coast, but just the mid-Atlantic area. But then this blue one is showing it curving out a little bit, but then coming back in, and just keep heading northeast, northeast. So like I said, not really much landfall expected. By the way, this orange one is EECF, and then this blue one here is UKM. Alright, before we head in to our models, I just wanted to show you what the hurricanes and tropical activity looks like. So first off, let's look at this area up here. So you can see wind speeds and the category. Some of you might already know this, especially for category. First of all, we'll look at one category, 74 to 95 miles per hour winds, so pretty low. And then if any of you are watching from Europe or any other place besides the U.S., here is the kilometers. And then category 2 is 96 to 110 kilometers. Mainly category 2 and up are the ones capable of producing tornadoes. None of the tropical activity, though. Usually we see the tornado development 4, 5, 4, and 3, but besides that, obviously, because there's the like as if this was the hurricane, it's like it's rotating that way, and it can cause rotation for tornadoes. And now we'll look at Category 3. This is when it gets a very severe. It's kind of like the enhanced Fujita scale for tornadoes. The higher it is, the more dangerous it is, and it only goes up to Category 5. So on 3, it's 111 to 129 mile per hour winds. There's your kilometers. Category 4, 130 to 156, and finally Category 5 is anything above or equal to 157. And if we go ahead and take a look down here at our tropical activity, first we'll look at the tropical storm. That is showing a 39 to 73 miles per hour. That's what we're looking for. This storm that's going to come through. That's what we're going to be looking for. Tropical, mainly actually just these two. They're not showing anything about it turning into any of these hurricanes. But it's mainly going to be these two. So first, tropical depression. That's anything less than a 38 or equal to 38 there, and then for the tropical storm, it's 39 to 73. So I just wanted to brief you guys there so you would know. Now here we're looking at our simulated radar. First off, there's no surface low yet. It's this whole chunk of precipitation down here. That's where it'll start to develop. No surface low that we're seeing yet, but as we move through, it does the surface low does appear, and you can see that precipitation starts to increase down by a little south of the Bahamas. And this is when it really starts to develop. It's when it starts to turn into that tropical depression and starts to strengthen into a tropical storm. And this is basically, this whole area right here is our development area. But then, like the NOAA says, it could be around here where it'll really strengthen and be at the peak of its strength. And then we'll move through once again. It goes northeast and goes over the eastern islands of the Bahamas. And then it sort of starts turning north, but eventually turns a little bit northwest. But the precipitation starts to weaken there as we go through, especially in these two yellow areas there. Then as we go through, it weakens quite a bit, but then it strengthens a lot just to the east of the South Carolina and Georgia coast, and to the southeast of the North Carolina coast, especially in that surface low area, the main area for surface low, right over here. And you can see that little bit of red around here for precipitation rate. But as it moves through, it starts to speed up a bit, but still weakening. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and look at, this is our bulk shear. First, also development down here by Cuba, the Bahamas, Puerto Rico, all those places about north and northeast of those islands. And then as we move through, it starts to strengthen quite a bit. And this area right here is around where the surface low starts to appear. You can see this big chunk of bulk shear and wind shear, especially for tropical depression and tropical storm development. And then we move through, and it starts to, make that hook-like shape as if, the tropical storms and hurricanes do. And then there you can also see the bands of this storm. And also this is quite early for a storm like this. Now this is today is May 14th. Um, and as we move through, it obviously the season will start to get more active, especially around July, August, mainly August and September, but still July and possibly October can have some. But most of our severe hurricanes have been during September and August, so that's really the peak of hurricane season. And then we'll move through. It widens a bit, staying stationary, and then this is when it starts to move northeast. It moves up, and then this is also when it is very, very strong. It moves up, and then we can see that red actually of in that bulk shear area, right here in this area. There's a very high bulk shear, 50 to 60, and then as we move through, it expands quite a bit with that red, especially in those outer bands around where the middle of the storm will be. And then these two next frames, especially this one, is when it really starts to strengthen from 60 to 75 there. In that yellow, you can see 66. If I can grab my pencil, 66 in these areas, and then in this whole bigger circle is where we can see very high winds. Remember, this storm won't be anything for us to worry about, but because it's not going to make landfall. And then it's about same amount of bulk shear and wind shear, but still very high. You can actually see that dark brown there stretching from about 70 or 75 to 81. That is awfully high there. And now, quickly, we're looking at our total accumulated of precipitation inches. First, in the area of development, you can see that two to 6 inches of rain, and even 7, 8, and 9 inches of rain there. And then as the hurricane starts to move northeast, there's a little patch right here where the precipitation comes the strongest, going up into 9, 10, and 11 and 12 inches. And then just this whole line you can sort of make out right here is kind of the track of what we're going to see for most of our precipitation as it moves towards the northeast, mostly away from the east coast. And now we're just gonna quickly here take a look at tropical storm thumbnail that I have made real quick. Here is our expected path for this storm, like I said, towards the northeast. You can see I have that tropical storm symbol. And then down here I have area of development just southeast of the southern tip of Florida and over some of the Bahamas. And it sort of moves north and then curves northeast. So this is our thumbnail right here. Now, I absolutely thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy weather content like this, please hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to never miss a weather upload or forecast. Also, I have a Discord. The link of the invite will be in the description below. If you're interested, you can get early access to weather videos just like this one. With that done, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next update. Bye-bye.